Greetings. Whether you are here for the first time or you have walked this path with me for a while, I am grateful for your presence. Welcome. Today's reflection is an invitation to pause and look at the inner systems that shape our lives. I will start with a single phrase, and together we will unfold it. We operate within our individual divine capacity. And to varying degrees, we are anchored by the debilitating thoughts that we harbor. So this phrase means each of us lives inside a unique channel of gifts and energy animated by the divine. But how much of it reaches the world is determined not just by the size of our capacity, but by the thoughts and attitudes we allow to settle inside. Those thoughts either anchor or free us. Each of us arrives here carrying a unique measure of gifts, energy, and purpose. No two people have the same pattern, just as no two stars burn with the same light. Yet, how much of that capacity actually reaches the world is not decided by its size, but by the state of the channel it flows through. Our divine capacity is the water, the spark of first cause pressing to flow. Every thought and attitude we hold acts like a valve inside the pipe of our being. Life-giving qualities such as humility, gratitude, and compassion open the valves wider, letting more of the divine flow. Life-diminishing qualities such as pride, fear, greed, and resentment twist the valves shut, constricting the flow. This web can feel beyond comprehension, but it is not beyond healing. These are not just abstract virtues. They are the actual valves and channels inside the pipe of our being. Imagine standing before a long clear pipe carrying living water. Every hopeful, loving, or forgiving thought you nurture is like turning a valve open another notch. The flow grows stronger, the water runs cleaner. Every fearful, bitter, blaming, or greedy thought is like a hand slowly twisting the valve shut. The pressure builds behind it, but only a trickle escapes, sometimes muddy from the sediment it's picked up. Over the years, and even across generations, whole clusters of valves can be left shut, and sediment piles up. We might inherit a pipe lined with old blockages and think that's just how water tastes. But the moment you open even one valve with humility, gratitude, compassion, or a new pattern of thought, you hear the hiss of water breaking free. You watch it sweep out a clog that's been there for years. You taste freshness you didn't know was possible. Not because the pipe got bigger, but because the flow became free. And this is important. When we say the devil, the government, or they, we often picture a group of bad people. In reality, these are entrenched systems. networks of thought and behavior built over time. You can remove individuals, but the system remains until the underlying thought patterns are exposed and transformed. Awareness is the first act of freedom. Seeing the system for what it is and refusing to feed it with our own debilitating thoughts and habits. All of us inherit a pipe already built. Some parts are wide, some narrow. Some valves are shiny and open, others are rusted shut. We did not choose all of them. We were born into a certain family, culture, and history. But here's the good news. You are not a helpless bystander. You are the caretaker of your own system. That means noticing when the narrative you have inherited from family, community, or society does not reflect what you see in the world or the future you want to create. When you see a valve closed by fear, resentment, or shame, you can begin loosening it. When you see sediment built up from generations of debilitating thought, you can start flushing it out, one act, one thought, one prayer at a time. This is what it means to operate within your divine capacity. Not just living with what you have been handed, but actively clearing and tending it so the living water of first cause flows through you in its purity. Take one thought or pattern that may have traveled through your family, through your community, or through your own life. Ask yourself, does this expand my capacity or does it anchor me? Write it down. Speak a simple prayer of release and choose one thought or action rooted in humility, gratitude, or compassion to replace it. This is how the sediment begins to clear. This is how the divine water flows clean again. Capacity is not about competition. It is a sacred trust. Clearing our channels is not about blaming people, but about exposing and transforming the systems of thought that have kept us bound. All of us. We are the heroes the world is depending on. Every valve you open, every clog you clear, lets more of the divine flow into a thirsty world. Each thought released returns us closer to the purity of first cause.